Yo, what's up guys? So, want to do a review of the tires on the D-Max. Yeah, don't get me wrong, they're bald, but for $1,300 for tires, you might as well get your use out of them. They are the original, not the original, but they're the OEM, I guess you could say, tires. Let me put the window up. Which are the Michelin LTX AT2s. Like, there's still a good gap in there and little lugs there, but there was like a deep tread right here, you know, along there that helps for the siping and all that. But so a lot of people don't like these tires, at least, well, I don't know, it just seems like a lot of people don't like them. Must be people I hang around with. No, I don't know, I haven't heard, like, if you look on the forums, all that kind of stuff, there aren't a lot of bad things about them. There's quite a few good things, and I'm going to say the good things, but I'll also say why people probably won't like them. My number one thing why I like these Michelins the most is because they are quiet, and I can get, this set currently has just over 80, I think 3,000 miles on them, 83,000 miles on the second set that are on this truck. The first set I took them off when it had 97,000 miles on the truck, so still handle really well. Here's the ones on the back. I mean, really good high mileage tire. They are just at the point now where, and it's perfect timing to put a new set on, because we got another month for sure without snow, maybe 2 months without snow, and I'll be able to do another 5,000 miles, maybe 10 if we do a early winter Florida trip down there, 10,000 miles on them. But if I can get 90,000 out of these tires again, that's perfect. They handle awesome in this. When they're new, they do great in the snow. When they are basically up to about 50,000 miles, 60,000 miles is kind of pushing it. They do pretty good in the snow up to about that 50,000, 60,000 mile mark. And that's actually where they are warranted or guaranteed to, I think, is a 60,000 mile tire. These are the ones on the old, new white War Wagon. They got a lot of bite to them. They ought to do all right in the ice and the snow. So we will see, but not too much cupping. They're nice and quiet. Same with right here. You know, good tire. No flats, no punctures, knock on wood. Now, they are not the tire for going off-road. I've gotten stuck a couple times in this truck going, that was really just a complete accident. Like, I was going through this grassy field looking at a job, and whoop, found a little muddy spot and it just sunk. But the truck's just so heavy. You know, these tires are not the right tire for you if you're going off-road consistently. You want to go explore, you know, do things like that, go through mud. These tires really just suck in the mud. Like, they are not, and they might be good in the mud on a smaller truck, or reasonably good on a smaller truck. And when I say mud, I'm not talking like mud bogging. I'm just saying like muddy trails or a muddy job site. But part of the problem is with this size of tire on this truck, it's just so heavy it just sinks. So that's part of the problem there. And I just don't want it. Like, I will park the truck, you know, out of the way or off on the gravel part of the road, or leave it in the parking lot or whatever, and I'll walk back to the job site. Like, I don't care, because to me, if I have these tires for, let's just look at the total mileage of the truck. For 100,000 miles that I put on a truck, I bet you probably 99,000, I bet you all of it but 300 miles of 100 miles are off-road, and that includes dirt roads and gravel parking lots. Like, I just don't take this thing off-road. I don't go off-road. I don't live on a dirt road. Occasionally I'll take some like 2 tracks or something with it, just because I might feel like it, but I know the 2 tracks and I know like it's going to be fine. So All the other miles on these tires on this truck are on the road. They're on pavement, so I want a tire that performs well on pavement and is quiet and does it that way. Now, if I was like a logger and was consistently off-road a lot, I'd definitely get a set of mud tires for it. Something a little wider, a little more aggressive, probably like a BFG All-Terrain or a Nito Terra Grappler or something like that. But I don't need to go there. I'll use the little white, the War Wagon to go back in the jobs, and even on the War Wagon, like the tires that came on it are brand new, like the OEM tires. They only like 10, 15,000 miles on the tires and rims because they had a different set on. But I'll just keep those on. I'm just a big fan of, I mean, I grew up wheeling with Jeeps and lifted trucks and everything, and tires make a huge difference. But I guess I'm just at the stage in my life where I value a quieter, smoother ride on the road, and these are just as quiet as the day when I first got the truck, or probably quieter now because they're about damn bald. But they're overall a really great tire. I rotate them every 6 to 10,000 miles, somewhere in there. I think these are actually probably due for a rotation right now. I noticed the fronts are getting slightly cut, but at this point it's like they're pretty much so damn bald it doesn't matter. No, there's still like a quarter inch, or not a quarter, I don't know, there's still some tread on them. They're still in reasonably good shape. And the way that I kind of gauge when I need new tires, if I'm in the rain or driving in the rain, and these things start to break loose when I just naturally, like normally take off, that's when it's getting really close. And they started to do that, especially when you cross to like the painted lines, because it's a little more slick. They'll break loose in that scenario. So it is time for a new set. Like I said, I'll put them on before the winter, before the snow flies, and then we'll be all set through the pull's great, haul's great. Man, they are actually getting pretty bald. But that's that. So you guys rock. As always, back of the truck. But I'm gonna go Sunday and work a little bit, and it's all good. Check y'all later.